VeChain's price increased over 70% in the last week, but will VeChain continue to go to the upside, or do we see retracement to lower levels again? In this video I will talk about VeChain and show you exact price targets for the next time or potential buy zones if we see lower prices again. You're on the channel Successful Trading and I help you to make maximum profits at the markets. So let's go straight into the content. So we saw the strong bullish explosion on VeChain and the highest high in this year. VeChain is now on place 29 of all cryptocurrencies with a market cap of $3.5 billion. And after we saw the all-time high in 2021, we then saw this crash to lower levels. We came all the way down into this demand zone where we started this bullish explosion. And after we retested this demand zone multiple times, we saw this bullish reaction. And now we saw the first really bullish explosion for VeChain. So this is an extremely bullish sign. And after we broke this last supply zone to the upside, which I mentioned in my last VeChain video, we then saw the small retracement and then this bullish push to the upside. So we are clearly in a bullish order flow again at VeChain, but right now we came into this next important supply zone. And if we are looking at the Fibonacci levels, we can see some very interesting things. We now saw a reaction at the 0.5 Fibonacci level, and this level is exactly in this supply zone where we saw this bearish reaction. So we have the strong bullish weekly candle, but we are in this rejection zone. And also on the daily chart you can see that we saw this retracement down here into this demand zone. And after we grabbed some liquidity right here at this low, we then started this bullish explosion. And for the mid and the long term it's very bullish for VeChain. But after seeing this bullish explosion to the upside, the chance for a retracement is getting bigger. And as you can see, we perfectly bounced here at the 0.5 Fibonacci level on the weekly time frame. And if you want to trade altcoins, it's very important to also look at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the biggest crypto in the whole space. And for example, if Bitcoin is really bullish, the chance that the altcoins are also going to the upside is very high. And if we are looking at Bitcoin, we are seeing this strong bullish momentum right here at the weekly time frame. We broke this important supply zone to the upside. We also reached the first really interesting price target right here. But if we're going into the hourly chart, you can see that we built this range right here. And I think this range will decide if we break to the upside, then we see higher prices. But if we're breaking this range to the downside, I think the chance is high that we can see a larger retracement. And if we also use the Fibonacci right here, you can see that we have much space to the downside and that the 0.618 Fibonacci level is right here at this demand zone start. So if we're breaking this one to the downside, I think the chance is high that we come into this demand zone. And if we would see a bullish reaction right here, then I think this is a great area to get into a long position on Bitcoin. But if we're looking at VeChain, it now will decide if Bitcoin is also breaking to the up or to the downside. If Bitcoin is now breaking to the upside, then I think the chance is also high that VeChain can push to the upside. And if we're breaking this last high to the upside and the 0.5 Fibonacci level right here, then I think the chance is high that we can see much higher prices. But if we see lower prices again on Bitcoin, I think the chance is high that VeChain can also see lower prices again. And if we have a look at the liquidation heat map on VeChain, you can see that we have a large liquidation cluster right here at 3 cents. And this also makes much sense because here were many long positions. We then push to the upside in one direction. So all long positions that are right here in this cluster are in profit. So of course there's a large liquidation cluster right here. And the chance that we can come to the downside again and go to this liquidation cluster right here is very high. So all in all, I would be more careful on VeChain. I also would be careful with long positions because we have this strong bullish momentum. But if we're seeing this retracement to the downside, then I would definitely look for some long positions in this area. The first really interesting long area is this demand zone right here. Because after this consolidation, we saw this push into this new high we made in higher high. And we just retested this zone with this wick. So if Bitcoin is now breaking to the upside again, then I think this is a great area to take a long position for VeChain. Of course, with the right risk management. But if we're seeing lower prices again, then I would have a look at this zone right here. Because from this demand zone, we saw this push into this highs. So if we come back into this zone, the chance that we see a bullish continuation is very high. But if we are seeing even lower prices, then I would also have a look at this demand zone, because as I said, we have a strong liquidation cluster in this area. This demand zone was the real start of this whole push. And if we are again using the Fibonacci tool right here on the daily chart, you can see that this demand zone right here is on the same level as the 0.618 Fibonacci. And you can see that the 0.786 Fibonacci is in the same area as this demand zone. So the chance for a bullish continuation from this or this zone is very high. But if you want to get daily updates on the crypto market or altcoins like VeChain, then join my free Telegram group. You will find a link in the description. So I'm right now very bullish, and if we see lower prices, I would look for potential long areas in these zones. But as I said, I could also imagine that we now go to the upside again. So if you would now move into a long position, I will show you my next very interesting price targets. First, we have this last high right here at 0.054. If we would also break this one to the upside, then the next interesting area is this high right here at 0.063. And if we would also break this level to the upside, then of course we have the last very important high right here at 0.089. So this would be my next really interesting price targets for VeChain on the medium and short term. And if you want to trade VeChain and get up to $5,150 bonus, you can use the exchange BingX. You have an extreme large variety of different cryptocurrencies, and you can also trade VeChain, you can see right here. You will find my link where you get the bonus in the description. So all in all, guys, we saw the strong bullish momentum from VeChain. We now came into this very interesting supply zone, and the chance is there that we can see even higher prices, especially if Bitcoin is also going to the upside. But as I said, the chance for a retracement is getting bigger. We have a big liquidation cluster at this prices right here at VeChain. But if we would see lower prices again, then I would definitely look for potential long positions in these two areas right here. And if the price comes down to these levels, and if we would see a bullish reaction in this zone, then I think this is definitely a great area to take a potential long entry to go into the next highs again, especially if Bitcoin is also going to the upside. So guys, I thank you really much for watching. I wish you great profits at trading and see you in the next one.